And that's the song that we are welcoming you to today's episode of Simply Showbiz with. It's a song by Kobe Rana, one of our guests for today. And I'm sure a lot of ladies who were heartbroken, maybe the men as well, who got heartbroken by their exes, will sing the song this morning and dance just like the way I'm dancing. But thank you so much for being on the other side and keeping company with us here on TV3. Simply Showbiz, the most authoritative showbiz analysis show on a Saturday morning. And yours truly, my name is Miss G. And today, the cinemas we hear are open. Would you go watch a movie anytime soon? That's what we are going to be asking. Now that there is a need for all cinema operators to apply before they are given the directives to allow you in, do you feel safer? Do you think that it would also deny you the opportunity to take pictures, mingle, and have conversations with your favorite celebrities that you get to meet at premieres? We're going to look at the way forward now that it's obvious that after 1 year, we can go to the cinema. So first off, I want you to see which songs have made the chart with this week's 3FM Drive. Oh no, it's a 3FM countdown. And then when we check that out, when we are back, we'll have a conversation about the cinemas. Welcome back here live on TV3 Simply Showbiz with yours truly, Miss G. And we are asking a big question this morning. The cinemas are open. Would you like to go watch a movie considering the fact that it's been closed for over a year? That's the conversation we're about to have as GTA, which is Ghana Tourism Authority, has asked that cinema operators write to them, apply to be given directives to operate. Does that make you safe enough? You want to join the conversation as we're streaming live on our Facebook page, TV3 Ghana, and drop your comments. We definitely will read that for you. I want to say a special thanks to Vijay Couture for my outfit. I stood earlier, I'm sure you've seen it, and it's a bespoke clothing line that you can reach out to get something like this. And you can call her on 0547 852220 to place an order, or you can send a WhatsApp message. You can take a picture and send to her and say, this is what you want to look like, and definitely we would have her put that together for you. Let me introduce to you our guest in studio now that we know which songs have made the chart. Let's start off from my extreme left, and this man, everybody who has listened to the cinema story knows that he's advocated, he's wailed, he's cried. It's only tears that didn't drop from his eyes. When the cinemas were closed and the churches were open, Peter Sedufia, who is a producer and director, said, why? My movie, Aloe Vera, was shot about a year ago, and now I cannot premiere it. And now he says he's taking it to Francophone countries. But Peter, it's great to have you. And then seated by Peter is another man who went through it. His movies won't show even in classrooms. They said, no, no. Kobe Rana, who is also a producer, director, and actor as well, didn't have the opportunity to premiere all the movies because the cinemas were closed, and even they won't let him use the classrooms. It's great to also have you in studio to have a conversation with us.
Thank you, G.
Okay, so coming all the way from the Ghana Tourism Authority, they seem to have a huge task ahead of them, is the man, Jones Aruna Nelson, and he is the executive or director of corporate affairs at the Ghana Tourism Authority. Great to have you also in studio.
Thank you very much.
So we want to understand, I've seen publication, cinemas open. Are they open for real, or it's yet to be opened?
Sure, thank you very much. If you look at first of all, I would like to thank my listeners. I salute the Honorable Minister and my CEO, Mr. Kwesi Ajiman, and all the tourism industry players. First of all, if you look at the Tourism Act, it mandates us to regulate cinemas, event centers, for them to operate. So that is what the Act 817/2011.
So you were doing even that prior to even COVID? You were doing that
prior to COVID?
Yeah.
The Act mandates us to do that. So what we are saying now is that we've met with stakeholders, we've engaged them since 2020, and we've written to them to apply so that we look at the application, we do inspections here and there, and then we ask them to...
So we cannot say for a fact that the cinemas are opened?
Oh, they are opened, of course, because we are saying that we have written to them. So it's been open. They need to apply to us, register.
And that will determine whether they can
within
open.
1 week, yes.
It will determine whether they can open.
Yes.
So they are not
the
open
law,
yet,
no,
but
the law
they are
has,
going to be
yes,
open.
Yes.
But the law is allowing them now to operate.
Yes.
But
when they get the
that
mandate
will be
from us, yes.
Great. All right. So that's what I wanted to know, because I'm thinking that now I can walk to Silverbed and say that I want to watch a movie. That's what I wanted to understand.
Oh, okay. It's some few weeks ahead.
In some few weeks. I also like to say that we'll get Mr. Ernest Boateng on the phone later to join us. He's the board chair of Silverbed Cinemas, where everybody goes to watch movies. I've been asking, how many cinemas do we have? But let me start. Peter, is this good news at all? Are you excited?
Ms. G, I'm supposed to be excited. I mean, of course, anything that will make people that work at the cinema, you know, the cinema also has staff that work over there, not just the film maker. So agitation is not even about my movie and stuff like that. It's about every producer's movie, and it's about the staff of the cinemas. And so, if that is the intention, it's good news. But the way it's coming, I mean, we're still trying to get some clarity and thereon, because it looks like we are hungry, we want food, and then we are being served with uncooked food. So we are still trying to understand.
When you say you're being served with uncooked food, in this regard, what do you mean?
First off, I don't know if the information that is being passed out as the cinemas are supposed to be open or are being open is for the general public or just for the cinema operators. Because I think 2 days ago, Socrates Safo sent me a link, some blog link, and then it was talking about cinemas, finally cinemas are open, and it looked like a leak. So I asked myself, why would you announce to us the status of our cinemas through a leaked article? It doesn't sit well. And then the next day, something followed with some guidelines that are in Word document that I can even edit, add my own, and subtract theirs, and even change the wording and forward. It was just forwarded like that, without any credible
where did
source.
they say? What did they say it came from? The Word document.
So it's okay. First, the heading doesn't even show
where it's coming from.
But in it, there are references to GTA, Ghana Tourism Authority. You need to apply this. You need to apply that. Because I know for a fact that there was a similar document last year where Silverbed complied. I've been to their cinema. They complied. They put all those measures in place. But they were never inspected, and the cinema never opened. Those things, when you go there right now, they are rotten.
Oh.
They've caught dust. Yes, they've caught dust. Some of them are even destroyed. And so you have that same guideline coming again that these are the guidelines to follow. And someone who is an investor will quickly draw money and then go and be investing. No, you need to trace it to a source. So my question was that if it is coming from GTA, why can't GTA just release a presser, have a letterhead, and tell you that this is what the intentions are? Should we be speculating? Efromo, like what should we be? Why should we be going through that torture? And so I just felt that, okay, is it that we have been relegated to the background so much that even a public announcement by the president that cinemas are closed, and another announcement that cinemas should be open cannot be made specific to us, and we have to now be conjuring. People have to be coming, grapevine, rumor. Oh, Peter, did you hear? Is it authentic? People have been calling me. Is it authentic? Is it real? Is it? And so I asked myself, what is happening? And so if it's just saying that it's been open, they should let us also see. If it's not for the public, fair enough. But if it's for the public and not just the cinema operators, they should let us know on some official something that this is a directive, this is the communique, so that we can all run with it. But what it is right now is just like we are running away with, running on with speculations and assumptions. I don't know the fact of it.
He's here, so I'm going to ask him all the things that but I want to hear from Kobe as well, so that we can now ask him all the things that. Are you one of the people those people who, just like Peter is saying, who is saying that, well, the president told us point blank that the cinema should be closed. He came back to say we are putting together measures. Why don't we hear that it's been open officially from the president again? Are you one of those people who is thinking, why are they, like he's saying, why are they doing like, oh, Ebefa? Even the article I saw, they didn't have any documents attached to say that. It was just like you're saying. And kudos to Arnold, he broke the story on his Entertainment GH platform and said that the cinemas are going to be opened.
Right, thank you very much. And I think in summary, you're asking if I agree with him or if I feel the same.
If you think that you need, he says he wants a directive from a direct authority. If it's GTA, GTA. There are people who said the president told us categorically during his fellow Ghanaians, one of his address to the nation, that he has directed GTA to find ways to allow the cinemas to open. You are expecting, people say, we are expecting him to come back and say, oh, finally, the cinemas have been open. So we know that directly from the president, just as he says, cinemas remain closed, now he's telling us the cinemas will open.
Right. Okay. So thank you very much for having me in the first place. Thanks to the entire industry for holding on, and our audience, we know they've had it, especially Peter and I. We cannot have this interview without saying thank you to them for holding us down every time we bring out movies, showing up in their numbers, every region. Thank you so much, all our viewers. And we sincerely apologize for this year or 2 years of...
No, it's not yet 2. It's just March. It's a year, few months.
Yeah, about 2 years.
It feels like 10 years, right?
Of the system keeping you hungry for our,
March 2022,
our
March
great
2021.
movies, but we hope to see you soon. Okay, so, G, why, it's no disrespect. Why are we here? I posted it on my social media because you sent me, the topic is cinemas open, industry reacts. And we are here, and we are told cinemas are not open. Maybe in some few weeks, maybe some few...
Well, he says they are open, but they're waiting for...
we were here a few minutes ago. He said maybe in few weeks to come. Maybe.
Oh, I heard say maybe. I told you that. I said that the cinemas have been open. Fine. We have sent. Listen to me. We have sent them letters, the operators' letters.
To apply.
We prepared guidelines for them. Once they apply, we come for inspection and all that. That's why we have not made public announcements.
So that means
it's a
that.
simple
So
thing.
it means that before
Yes.
even Kobe Rana goes out, it means that the documents or the article was a leaked article.
I cannot say that for a fact. We brought out
Did you tell?
guidelines.
Did you invite the press? Did you tell anybody
please.
to announce to the public that the cinemas will be
No,
open?
we wrote to the operators,
You wrote
telling
to
them
operators.
that, yes, these are the guidelines. Once they meet the guidelines, i.e. adhering strictly to the protocols, then we can make a public announcement. We do inspections.
So
After
that means
all
the
those
cinemas,
things are
like
done.
then that means that it's not been opened officially yet.
So this is what we have done.
So that is what you have done. So then
Yes.
he's right to say that you have not opened
Cinemas are not open. Please, let's say it as
you
it is
go
so that
ahead.
we do not...
Yeah, they are.
So I'm even,
Okay, that's fine. Let's
finding
go.
a way to
Let's
go
go
and take
ahead.
it off my social media. Because the topic you send me on your artwork is cinemas open, industry react. So we coming to sit here is going to be lying to the people. We came to discuss cinemas that have been open. When cinemas have not been opened?
But you're not impressed that at least they're making efforts to open
Which
the cinemas.
effort, sis?
He just told you,
getting
they've
to
written
2
to the
years.
operators.
Which effort, sis? We've been here getting to 2 years. We've seen every other entertainment genre going on. We've seen other social gathering going on. From religion to awards to everything going on. To political meetings, to rallies, to funerals, to parties. We've seen everything going on. And people are like together, like Kiliwili. Like no distancing, nothing. And they are working. And we in the cinemas, or we in the film showing centers, that we go and sit here, one chair between, sit here, watch your movie, clap, go.
With your nose mask on.
We've been stopped for 2 years, getting to 2 years. Is that fair in the first place? So we tackle the problem before the solution. It's not fair.
And Ms. J, to add to what Kobe is saying, you see, he
not
may
solved
correct
it,
me.
and we
He may
are
correct me
here to lie to
if
the
he
people.
wants. Okay. When the president was easing restrictions on churches, he read out the guidelines himself, and so he just encouraged them to adhere to them. Go and do it. Didn't say go and apply to the Ministry of
Ghana Tourism Authority.
not even the Ministry of something for the religious or something. Nothing.
Yes. They say the more patch and say we have to
Apply.
the Ghana in all their honorable state, Ghana
Tourism
Authority, that cinema operators or producers must apply. I saw the
No, it's not
document.
for producers. It's for the
cinemas.
sorry,
So, for instance, we've written
Silverbird.
to Silverbird, Functions, cinemas, Wine and Dine, National Theatre. We've written to them to apply.
So it's
And
not
then
for
when
you,
we
it's
are-
for the cinema
yes,
operators.
it is the facility.
Everybody
I hope
knows
you
that,
understand.
like the top 3 filmmakers, like the top 3 active cinema filmmakers, myself, Peter, Kofi, Shelley, the rest. For me, honestly, I didn't receive it. And he said he received something like a link, which is leaked.
No, he
So
said
means
it
that-
was even sent to him by Socrates, so it's not from the GT.
Yes. So it means that Jumana Kasa there, we don't.
Maybe
we
it's
that,
Silverbird,
we that the
maybe
producers
later on.
who are active, we don't know this. We have not been told this.
Okay.
Okay.
So what would have?
the-
Okay.
the act
He said he's not
mandates
done.
acts.
He's not done. Let
Okay,
him
that's
let
fine,
let
that's
him
fine.
get done.
Good.
That's fine.
And if sorry for no. Awards for no.
Yeah.
So say music awards be movie awards be a year for no. Everybody, they don't need any permission or any permit or any application. Really, I'm going for a job. Application to tourism authority before they have their funerals. They can only do it by doing the right thing, sanitizing,
wash your hands, wear your mask,
which we can also do. Why do we have to? So it is clear that they are trying to monopolize the cinema so that they choose the kind of films that should be shown.
Oh,
let's not pretend here.
Is that going to be part of the directive that you're going to give?
Because we all know that the only cinema we are talking about is national, is Silverbird. And you know me, I don't show film at Silverbird in the past 4 years. So what? My all the hotels, all the schools that I'm showing, they are supposed, indirectly, I'm supposed to come and ask for permission from
that's
that
another question we are going to ask you. You can
and you see thousands of people who always come for my movies. They need the entertainment. I need to write and wait for months or wait for whatever for them to see. I mean, really.
Peter, how do you say
so that you address it all together. I may be wrong, but sometimes it's good to speculate because out of it you
get new ideas. Yeah.
I feel that they should prove us wrong or prove me wrong. I feel that some people have just sat down and say, you know what, these people are agitating too much. So let's tell them that we've opened it and make the process cumbersome for them so that when they are stressful, they will give up themselves and then we'll still maintain the closure of the cinema. Because I feel that every other institution or industry has been open, had the leeway and just allowed to put down guidelines. But for us, we have to, after begging you, crying, you should not come and do applications. Silverbird is already accredited to show movies. What application again? To check the guidelines. So these are some of the things that you've raised. Do we need to come and apply to you before we buy our own nose mask? Before we buy our, really? So let's understand, you said that it's just to ensure that the washing of hands will take place and the sitting arrangement will suit the COVID protocols. Now, Peter in his earlier submission said that months ago you had written to GT had written to Silverbird. Is that true? To comply by regulations that you're giving them again. Is that true? Did you write to them months ago? Did you insist that they put together COVID protocols months ago?
You are referring to Silverbird?
Yes, with reference to Silverbird.
2020. I remember we had some discussions. But the issue is this: we don't regulate film producers. We don't regulate the content.
I'll come to his point. He has a point. He has a point.
I hope you get me. So that is why we are here. That is why we are here. We are all here to deliberate, and at the end of the day. So let's take it easy. I do not work in the Silverbird cinema. I'll ask you your question. In the past 4 years, I show at my own locations. We are saying that we don't regulate the films. It's the locations. Yes, that is what the Tourism Act says. Mr. Jones, if you can get me, let's answer it one after the other. Sure. So you wrote to Silverbird some months ago that they should put together guidelines. And Peter tells me that they did so. The things have gone rot. You never showed up to say, okay, yes, we've inspected them and you can go ahead. Or yes, we've inspected them. Can you keep them away for now because the cinemas remain closed, and now you're asking them to reinvest into all these measures to protect us or to prevent COVID from spreading? Oh, as much as possible. The fact is this: there is a national task force working on these things. Ministry of Health, Ghana Tourism Authority, National Security. You know, they all come together. So it is based on expert advice. We are not the expertise. I'm not saying you're the expert, but you asked them to do that is the issue. And then, when it was looked into, it was said that the virus thrives in, enclosed areas. Yes. So we need to hold on. So that is the issue. So did you write back to the cinema? I mean, we're going to speak to Silverbird in a bit, but did you write back to them to say, yes, we told you to put together these measures, but they won't work right now. So pack your things so that they don't go rot. That's why I said that we've engaged them since 2020. No, sugar. So that is the issue. My dear, churches are enclosed, air-conditioned. We are always saying churches as if people will take, Ghana, they will take it wrongly, like the people have problem with church. They have problem with church, they are devils. No, we mean every other gathering. We know all these, we don't need to mention that over 500 award events since COVID-19. They are all at enclosed places, hotel conference rooms, conferences, including political meetings. That's true. And what seems to be the difficulty with just cinemas that, like he's saying, has kept us this long? Mr. Jones? What seems to be the difficulty, the major challenge with cinemas being open that has kept us over a year, 3 months now?
What seems to be because, like you're saying, churches have opened, award schemes are running the awards. We are having rallies. We had rallies in 2020. You know, we had funerals and all of that.
Snap cinema.
We still go for funerals in our life.
We don't have control over that.
So you don't have control over that.
Yes, we are dealing with the Act. The Act says that regulates, you know, cinemas,
ABC. Been doing
but
before.
You are mentioning funerals and the rest.
Okay,
that
sure.
one doesn't fall under.
So I'm saying that, but you regulate hotels as well.
Sure.
So that's where some conferences take place.
And
do you know that?
Yes. Before they hold
some conferences take place.
Yes.
Do you regulate churches as well?
We give them directives and all that. We don't regulate churches.
You don't regulate churches.
No,
okay, let's
not
stick
at
to
all.
the hotels and
Yes.
that you regulate.
Yes.
What is the difference
No, they
between...
do, please. They do.
You said
They are the task force. They do. Let's not run away from it.
For
They are the task
churches?
force.
He said GTA doesn't.
GTA, the task force, they handle all social gatherings, and according to them, they are supposed to stop them when it's not done
she
right.
asked that, do we regulate churches? GTA does not regulate churches. If you talk about it,
But with respect to COVID-19,
we don't regulate
You
churches.
don't regulate churches.
They
But
can go there to
let's
the
even
trust.
stick to the,
No,
the
yeah, you mean the
conference
task
rooms.
force.
Yes.
Fine,
Let's
that's
stick
fine,
to
but
the
we don't
conference
regulate
rooms.
them.
I'm saying that what's the difference between having a conference in an enclosed setting and watching a cinema in an enclosed setting that will allow a hotel to have conferences yet won't allow the cinema to be opened?
Yeah, that's why I'm saying that we work with task force, we work with health experts. So
And
based on their
what have they been
advice,
telling you
And the
is the
health
difference?
experts are saying that once you watch movie, you catch COVID.
no.
So what did they tell you
the
is the
issue
difference?
is this. Just listen. That is why we are here. We are trying to solve the problem.
No, he's
so at the end of
agitated
the day,
because you can
everything will be
imagine.
fine.
He's
Yeah, we
agitated.
also understand the
Because
situation.
for 1 year,
Because my movie was stopped without a
his
reason.
food has been taken off
Yeah.
his table. So you can imagine. So I just want to understand that. What did the health experts say?
So the conferences and, you know, those, how do you call it, conferences and what were allowed by the tax force. That is the issue.
So you
we
don't
are
have a
only,
say?
and yes, we are only, we
But what
only
did they
make
tell
input into
you?
it.
What did they tell you was the challenge that they will allow tax forces, they will allow these
Those
hotels,
people to
but they won't
operate and
allow
churches,
the
to
cinema.
operate.
What did they tell you
That is
was
why
the
I'm saying
challenge?
that I cannot explain that for a fact now. We
Oh.
only
It is
part
the
of
same hotel that I show my
Just a
movies.
second.
Hotel,
I want
which
to
one?
ask him that.
Okay,
He
don't
wants
worry.
to
Does Snap Cinema fall under your jurisdiction?
Yes, we regulate
Are you
cinemas and all that. If you look at
you
the Act
aware,
817/2011.
or let me even say remotely aware, that events, seminars, and even workshops happen in Snap Cinema during this pandemic era?
I'm not aware.
You are not aware.
With screens to show.
I'm not aware.
Well, let's take a break. By the time you're back, Tempest would have cooled a bit, and then we'll continue the conversation. Remember that we have GTA in-house. We have 2 producers, directors, who for a year, 3 months, have not been able to access the cinemas. And they say the cinemas are opened, yet they are not opened in reality. We are back after the break. All right, so you're welcome back from the break. The conversation is even still going on behind the scenes, and you know there's still been some jaw-jawing between the producers and the GTA director who is in studio with us. If you just joined us, the conversation has been about the fact that we received or we've seen articles that suggest that you know the cinemas are open and but they are not. So the way Kobe Rana is saying it, they are not. For a fact, they are now putting together guidelines asking the cinema operators to apply, you know, for them to inspect their premises and then give them the go-ahead. And these 2 producers, Peter Sedufia and Kobe Rana, aren't excited about that. Then we establish contact with Silverbed, the board chair. Mr. Ernest Watson is on the phone. He joins us. Good morning to you, sir. Thank you for joining us. Hello, sir, if you can hear me, thank you for joining us. All right, I think that we'll have to rectify that whilst we continue. So there's so many questions that have been asked. What I wanted to ask you before we went on a break, Mr. Jones, has to do with Kobe's consent. So he doesn't even premiere in a cinema. He uses classrooms, he uses hotel rooms, and other events grounds for his premiere. How then do you get to regulate the premises that he uses to premiere his movies?
So, for instance...
because you don't regulate classrooms, do you?
Yeah, we don't regulate. We don't regulate, fine.
You
but
don't regulate
classrooms. For instance, if you want to show...
So how come you went to Natford University to stop my Freedom and Justice movie?
Just relax. Let me go ahead. Let me build. I'm building. Don't worry. What you are saying is this. With the cinemas, my lay point of view, I'm not a medical person, but the issue
No, but
is
you're
this.
speaking as a GTA
Yes,
official.
the issue is this.
We're looking
in the
at it from
cinemas,
the GTA
in the churches, you cannot eat there whilst you are in church. Yes, you cannot eat. In the cinemas, I think this morning when I went on air to have, they were talking about popcorn and all those things. And
couldn't we have stopped that aspect? Couldn't we have stopped that aspect? Was that the only reason?
I'm saying that these are some of the issues.
Okay, so hold your thoughts. Let me deal with Mr. Boati, who is the chairman for Silverbird.
Going forward, we can table it and see the way forward.
Mr. Jones, hold on a bit. I want to hear...
forward when you are telling us that the premiere of movies in any other venue must be approved by the Ghana. The premiere must be approved.
But you said you don't regulate classrooms.
But now you're telling me that every other venue must be approved.
But
you want to monopolize the movie industry.
Okay, Kobe, hold on.
You want everything to go to Silverbird.
Please hold on for me. Mr. Boati, thank you for joining us. So, have you received any directive or any guideline from the Ghana Tourism Authority?
Yes, we have. I mean, it's part of the opening requirement. So, yes, we have.
Have you responded to them?
Yes, the requirement was to apply for an operating permit, and then they will come and do an inspection as to our readiness, and then we'll be given the go-ahead. So we've done all that. They will be coming in, I believe, on Monday or so to do the inspection, and then that's it.
Is it true that in time past you received similar directives from the GTA and you complied, yet nobody came to inspect your premises?
I think let's be clear here. Since last year, we've been, getting ourselves ready, compliant. And what happened then was that the second wave came in, and so obviously, I don't believe it would have been prudent to open. So, yes, we've been working with the GTA all along. They've been cooperating with us to ensure that when the time was appropriate, we would open.
So it means that per your compliance, you're going to be leaving one seat each, or what was supposed to be the directive? Are we going to still have to munch our popcorn when we come in there to watch? Are we going to still have the pomp and pageantry that comes with movies, where we have our celebrities lined up, we take pictures with them? What are the things that you've been restricted to?
that's very operational, but I don't think there's going to be any difference. If you visit the cinema right now, the social distancing guidelines, you sit at alternate seats, so it's not going to be the same, one after the other, so that you maintain some social distancing. Also, the capacity level is restricted, and that, I believe, is global, or even when some of the cinemas outside started, that's how they were operating. So you are giving, let's say, 25% occupancy rate, and then I'm sure as the pandemic goes down, then it will be increased. So we are
eating popcorn anymore in there?
Yes, you're going to have everything. Your popcorn, your Coca-Cola, or whatever beverage you want. So I don't think there are no restrictions on those things.
There are no restrictions on those ends. But okay.
Absolutely not.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for clarifying that. We'll still have to deal with GTA. But also, it means that the decrease in capacity would affect the pricing that you give to these producers. Have you thought about that?
I come again. I didn't hear what you said.
I'm saying that is the pricing also going to be affected, since now there's going to be a reduction in the number of people that can access the cinema?
I mean, historically, when there is a premiere, for instance, sometimes the pricing is impacted. The pricing is a little bit more than, let's say, on an ordinary day. So it's going to be the same practice. There's not going to be that much difference.
But it won't be, there's going to be an increase. I didn't hear that. Are you saying that there's going to be an increase in the prices?
That's not what I said.
Okay.
I said we are going to follow historical practices. During premiere, sometimes, depending on the producer, sometimes when there is a premiere, the prices are a little bit higher than ordinary days. So whatever we are going to do is not going to be different from what we've been doing in the past.
All right. I get from all that you've told me that you do not have any concerns, you don't have any challenge with the directives that have been given you, and you are super fine. And Silverbird will be opening by Monday if all your directives, the directives are followed.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've been working with them all along, and I want to thank GTA for working with us, and also the president for actually giving GTA the directive to give us the opportunity to open. I think we also have to be mindful of the pandemic, and for me, safety of our customers is paramount. So
you're
I'm
very
happy that we are going to open. I'm very happy that we are going to open, but we also have to be careful, and we also have to be mindful. And so we're also going to have be quite strict in terms of people adhering to the pandemic, guidelines. It's very, very important.
Okay, I'm very concerned because I saw articles that said that you have lost a lot, both producers and even cinema operators. And of course, a lot of businesses have lost a lot during this pandemic. How do you hope to recoup, even as you're restricted?
Look, I think the pandemic impacted everybody in the world. And as at now, the government also has promised that we are going to be included in a stimulus package. They've already contacted us. And so they are doing whatever they can to help us. But like I said, every business has been impacted. And for me, it's better to be alive than to say that you are going to do reckless things because you are financially suffering. So, yes, business will go on, and over time, we are going to recoup whatever losses that we've made.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ernest Boateng, for joining us. He is the board chair for Silverbird Ghana. And back to he talked about stimulus packages. Have you received a call that you're also going to be giving something, since you also lost hand in hand with them? Well, or you are not interested?
Are you comfortable with me skipping that?
Well, tell me.
Why don't you tell things what they are, Peter?
No,
I don't like the way you are keeping things calm. See them out here.
There had been some announcements in the past
that there were going to be some packages,
which I got to know later. I think I was on a show with Socrates, and he mentioned it, and I'm like, oh, okay, there was this arrangement, and I never knew.
Okay, and say it for the layman to understand. And then they were giving money to give those of us who have suffered from them.
Exactly.
We didn't get the money. Just tell them.
And I said I didn't know.
Who were giving money?
If that's the package you are talking about,
yeah,
they never reached us.
They never reached you. So you never got a call about packages.
No call, no money. Yeah, you money 15 years providing the movies for them.
So that's the whole thing. But you see, when you listen to Mr. Ernest Boateng, you realize that that's why I'm telling you that there's that circular, that information making rounds about the guideline can be denied by the GTA, because there's something mentioned about eating and things. You said that
you're restricting us from eating popcorn in that per the article that is circulated and purported to have been from your office. You said we are not going to have popcorns again. He said that the guidelines he sent to him does not convey that message.
Don't you have it in there?
But he says that he doesn't have it in there.
I don't have it in there. You didn't give me a document.
Don't worry. And you said you received it. That's fine.
No, I didn't receive it from you.
That's fine. Don't worry.
It was leaked to him.
Worry. The issue is this.
So is that to say that he's omitting that? Is that to say that he's omitting that?
This one.
I'm just asking a direct question.
Don't worry.
No, that's fine. I don't have much time to go through. I want to know if
it's not all. There's just that aspect.
That one part in particular, has he omitted that you not share popcorns? We can't eat popcorns. Have a soda.
We can just refer.
What does your document say?
Yes, let me just so that we'll all be clear.
It looks like
but the fact is this: we don't regulate film like I said.
You said that too many times. You said that too many times, and that's
at a place. Then technically,
then we show Ghana film
a cinema hall. So likewise, if you have a house
or not eat, he says we can eat.
You said you cannot eat. He said we can eat. So there's some disparity in the information.
You go around and
I should go around and
come.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Kobe, are you comfortable, because you don't even premiere at Silverbird, but are you comfortable with the fact that he says that he doesn't regulate classrooms, yet when you wanted to show your movie, you were denied access to use the college that you wanted to use?
Exactly. I need to make, I need to clear that I don't have a problem with him or Ghana Tourism Authority. I'm just stating things as they are, so that we come to it.
Okay,
so Yes, the same hotels that he said the hotels have given them permission to do events, they are the same hotels I show my movie. The same conference rooms they are having the music concerts, the weddings. They are the same conference rooms we
Yet
go
you're being
with
denied.
Yet, no school, no university, no high school. Me, over the years, I've been doing this. You know, most of my movie storyline, young, chic. So my audience are young people. They are in schools. They are not the everyday
movie people.
It is. I have the masses. I have the corporate. It's not everybody who can just drive into and sit in an AC. So I take the movie to them. I show the film everywhere. I take the movie to the audience. So if now you are telling me that everywhere, yet the hotels that they are doing the same music thing, they are doing business conferences. I try to show movie because it's my movie. You came to stop it. No school, no university needs permit from Ghana Tourism Authority before they hold any entertainment event in their hall. Yet, you went to GH Media, you went to Natford University, with over 30 policemen.
So you think that it has to do with your movie?
It has to do with my movie, and it has to do with the fact that we are not showing at Silverbird Cinemas. I am not here to mince words, sis. No, let's not pretend.
I disagree with you.
No. It's the truth.
The truth is?
Open cinemas means open Silverbird. I don't have a problem with them. When there was no prod, I started working with them when all these people. The loyalty is still there.
So you think that Silverbird has an issue?
I left Silverbird 4 years ago, mutually. And now I've been doing my thing in hotels to the people, schools, and by grace it's working. So now that they are saying open cinemas, and cinema is opened, Silverbird.
Before Peter comes in.
Without that, am I showing, when I'm showing my movie anywhere as usual, am I supposed to come and ask permission from you, or now you are forcing me to go into Silverbird? That I can't work with.
That's another question that you need to answer. He's been asking that all through this conversation, that he doesn't show his movies in your regular cinema.
Not only I, so many people who cannot handle it.
Now that you're asking that there be permission from cinema operators, he doesn't use a cinema. He uses classroom. So you don't have...
The same places the events are happening now.
So do they have to take directive from you?
Yes, that is what it is now, because I mentioned that we don't regulate classroom.
Yes, but he's going to show a movie there.
If you want to show a movie,
so he needs to write to you.
Technically.
Who writes to you?
Yeah,
the producer?
Yes.
The producer?
Yes, because you are
not the
going
owner
to
of the facility.
At the facility, yes.
So then the producer writes to you or the owner of the facility?
That facility has become a place that it's called a cinema, a hotel, or a car renter. If you rent your car to people, that is what it is. But let me quickly...
Before you go, Kobe, are you okay? Are you clear on that?
I am not okay.
He's not okay.
Because
so
that is why I'm saying that
we do not need that distraction. Honestly, like we do not need that.
You don't want to write to them?
Yes, we do not need that, because that means anybody can just say we are not ready to reply to you, or we haven't received your letter. And because of that, everybody knows my schedule. Every Valentine's Day, everywhere in Ghana, my film is there. Every Muslim holiday, I'm there. Sometimes these Christmas seasons and stuff.
Yeah.
So now, every time I have
to write to them.
If it is not ready, we are not entertaining the people anymore. Is that what it means?
No, that is not what
No. I don't think we need them to interrupt.
He said he doesn't need you.
I don't think we need them to interrupt in our industry like that.
What I'm saying is that if we don't regulate
your task force comes there,
yes.
our sanitizer is there,
yes.
the nose mask thing, distancing, everything is there. We don't need to write letter to them. Which event is writing letter to them before? No. We don't need to write letter to them. That's like disrupting.
So before I go on the break,
our industry.
So for instance, if I want to have an event today and I want to use not your regular theater, I want to use it at a hotel room, would I have to write to you? Or because you already regulate the hotels, I'm covered?
Sure.
Which one is sure?
What I'm saying is this.
No, what I'm asking is what I need you to respond to. I'm saying that if I'm going to use
they are trying to make me think that they are forcing me to go to Silverbird.
And I'm not using the regular premises, am I supposed to write to you, or I'm already covered because you're already dealing with the hotels?
Yes, that is what it is.
What is it? I'm not getting you.
No, I cited an instance.
I'm asking you a direct question.
Yes.
Am I to write to you to use a hotel premises or a premise, or I'm supposed
to show a cinema there, to premiere a cinema there? If it is that way, that is it.
If I want to use a hotel, I need to write to you, even though you've already given the hotels the go-ahead to operate?
But the hotels, their conference room, they don't show films there.
So is the film that you have a problem
They don't show
with?
films there. We've been showing films in hotels for the past 15 years.
I'm saying this. That is the new directive
So
now.
the new directive is that you can't show film anywhere until GTA gives a permission, either to the premises owner or to the producer.
Sure.
On this note,
let me read this here.
Let me take a break.
Which will not work.
They said no eating, no
drinking.
What has no eating got to do with what we are saying now?
Is there?
Come back and then.
So maybe Mr. Boateng
I think that people, I don't know.
All right, welcome back. It's been heated in here, and I'm sure the DTA will go back to the table and look at some of the things. So you were going to read to me before Peter comes in finally, some of the things that you have. If I could help you, just tell me the same thing as what I have. So display of no mask, no entry signage to ensure mandatory wearing of mask before entry and upon entry at all times. Is that it? The first, that's it? You have that. Display of no eating, no drinking at the cinema hall/theater. You have that, but you heard him say that he doesn't have that.
It is in the directives.
So he hasn't seen it.
Yes, probably.
Okay.
Probably.
Display of notification.
That is where I wanted to
that's
stress.
all.
I'm fine.
That's all.
Yes.
So you want to say that it contradicts what he said? Maybe he has not seen it.
You are saying so. I'm not saying that it contradicts.
You heard him. You said here when he spoke.
Listen. Don't just.
Okay. Do you agree
You
with
heard
him?
him.
Do you agree with him?
So are you going to?
This is what is in the guidelines.
Are you going to ensure that? Are you
Yes.
going to ensure that
Sure.
there's, because he said we can have our sodas, we can have our popcorn. Is that to say that you're going to ensure that?
Yeah, we are going to ensure that.
Okay, that's fine. Peter, you wanted to react to Kobe, and then we have to wrap up.
Yes, two quick things.
Sure.
I'm reacting to him in the sense that when you open hotel conference rooms for events, film premieres are events.
No, but he says for events, for movies, you have to write to them.
And that's what I'm trying to make him understand.
We deal with cinemas, and
they have to agree that
film showing is not necessarily cinema. There are cinema halls, okay? And so when I put bring my film to a hotel conference room, you don't call that place a cinema. It's a hall that, no, it is not. You see,
for that period.
No, you see,
but if you've already regulated the hotel, I want to understand, if you already regulated, he's saying the same thing, if you've already regulated the hotel and giving them the go-ahead to have other events, what is with cinema or what is with movies that they will have to come and ask you?
So
are you going to say to them, what kind of movie are you going to see? Let's see what kind of movie you're going to see. So what is the difficulty? What's the challenge?
So you are bringing in the part of cinema. So I'm saying that the art regulates them.
But
it is a cinema.
And I'm saying that
if events and other things, when the restrictions were given, it is different from that.
By which standard does a hotel turn into a cinema?
That is why I'm saying that if you use...
you can only call it a viewing center at that moment. But
cinema
has...
It's a viewing center.
Certain sophistications, certain machines that qualify to be...
movie houses too?
Movie house is not...
at that particular time.
That's my problem. That's my problem. Miss, that's my problem. Excuse my language, but that's my problem. That a lot of people are trying to regulate our industry.
Somebody is going against me.
No.
We are here.
That's the issue I have that. Let's hear Peter.
That's the issue I have that. That's the issue I have that.
You have the last thing.
That's the issue I have that. A lot of people trying to regulate our industry do not understand our industry. They don't have a clear understanding of how our industry operates. But they are just there creating rules for us. Rules that do not even fall.
Nobody has created rules for you.
You have your say.
When you call,
Mr. Jones, you have your say.
That when you call a hotel conference room a cinema, that is a wrong interpretation. And someone who says that does not understand what a cinema is. That's what I'm trying to make you understand. That a cinema has certain sophistication that makes it a cinema. A viewing center can be any place. Even when I put my projector outside and show film, it's because it's a viewing center. It's not a cinema. And so when I put my thing outside and I'm showing a movie, would you come and stop me because that is a movie?
That's what he said, that he will stop you. Kobe,
you see, that is a challenge.
Kobe, let's have your final say, and then he wraps up. Kobe.
But let me correct a very wrong impression Kobe made about Silverbird, that they are trying to... No, Kobe, let me
I didn't make impression about Silverbird.
He's sharing his experience.
Yes, and I'm also speaking from what I know, because let me be honest with you, that this regulation is affecting everybody. I was trying to premiere my movie in a hotel in Takrady, and the GTA people called and tried to stop it.
But did you finally?
I had to call them and beg them. That's why I said my lawyer spoke with him, because I called my lawyer to tell him this is the situation. What can we do? Because the show is just 2 hours away, and the pandemonium is going to create will be more than what you wanted to avert.
Now, are you open to listen to all of these
Sure.
and work with them?
Sure.
So it's not constant that you will not allow them show in hotel rooms.
The fact is this, I mentioned that we're dealing with cinemas. We are not dealing with you. So the
but
operator...
they've given
please
you...
listen,
we've heard that.
The operator
I don't
is
have
the
much
one
time.
who have to show compliance.
So
For instance, if you are going to a classroom, the classroom owner will have to tell us.
Okay, let him go ahead.
I need to clear this.
Quickly, I need to go.
Yes, I didn't say anything against Silverbird.
All right.
It's about what they said, too. And secondly, all I'm saying is that we are not here to fight. We are here to tell them to stop interrupting. We don't need to write to them before we show movies to the people.
It is not
all right,
you
that's all time will allow us.
the
The
owners.
cinemas will reopen. They are not open yet, but the conversation we're having here, they have not opened. They will reopen. My name is Miss G. Thanks to Warai and Nafsi for production. We'll be back next week with another edition of Simply Showbiz. Thanks to the entire production team. The news is up next.